Hello, everybody, and welcome to Athletic Definition. I'm your host, Coach Ray Z. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tapping in with me today. Today, I'm going to be talking about eating healthy and feeling healthy. Life can be very hectic, and it's sometimes hard to eat right, especially if you're in the hustle and bustle of every day. And me, myself, being into fitness, I've been looking into a good meal prepping company or options for myself. And I'm constantly being shown different meal prepping companies. I purposely mess with the algorithm. I'll look up a couple that way I can start seeing different ones. And to be honest with you, it's really confusing. There's so many options, and I think really you have no choice but to do some trial and error and see what fits right for you. So today I'm going to be talking about some of the benefits and drawbacks of meal prepping, as well as the top, I think, 10 uh, different options for the healthiest meal prepping delivery company, the options for the best vegetarian, the best prepared meal delivery, and also what are the differences. This is not any sort of nutritional advice, or I am not a licensed dietitian. This is just based on my experience. And if any of you meal prepping companies out there hear this and want to reach out to me, I'd be more than happy to see what we can work out. You are hearing me and watching me live on Fireside, which is the first interactive streaming Web3 platform. So, yes, there's plenty of other podcasts and plenty of other shows, but there's nothing quite like this. So, be sure to follow me here on Fireside so you can get alerted. Join me, be part of the audience, participate. You could come up and let me know what meal preps you've tried or what you like or don't like. And also, uh, you could actually show the meals. So, that'd be very cool. And maybe there's something, like I said, that you have tried and no one really knows about. I mean, there's so many options. You could easily just pick up your phone and, do Uber Eats. Now, the thing with that as well is there's a bunch of things called ghost kitchens, which that's for another episode, but you really are just getting food from let's say like a Chili's or something else. They just make up a name like some sort of wing company, and you're really getting that from Wingstop or Buffalo Wild Wings. But it looks like you're getting it from a completely different place. So those are ghost kitchens and many different options. If you're into working out, staying healthy, then you should already know. Or if you're just getting into it, you cannot out exercise a bad diet. So really, it is about eating as healthy as you can. I hate the word diet, so I'm going to try to stay away from it. It's really more about just the lifestyle that you eat. And yes, it's okay to indulge. And actually, it's they say it's better for you to actually take, let's say you want some cake, it's better for you to eat that cake than if you're going to, depending on your personality, if you're the type that gets so stressed out that you're going to cause more stress, and stress is so bad for the body that it's actually worse for you to stress over not eating that piece of cake than if you were just to take a bite. Now, I'm not saying go out and eat the whole cake, but doing that is okay. It's not a problem. And I guess it'll all depend on if you're just trying to live healthy or you have some sort of fitness goal where if you're trying to hit peak performance, then that's going to be a no-no. But there are many benefits to meal prepping, and I want to just give a neutral opinion. And as I mentioned, I've looked into them, but I haven't actually pulled the trigger except on one, and it wasn't really a meal prep company. And I think it's probably only available maybe in Southern California. It's called Fresh Farm to You. And basically, they're a local organic farms, and you get to go on there and you get to select what you want, like apples, carrots, and everything's organic grown. You can actually go visit the farm and see what they're growing. And the first time I tried their service, and first of all, this was many, many years ago, and I'm sure that they've changed. And last time I told them exactly what happened, and they wanted the opportunity to make it up, but I just didn't feel like going through the whole process again. Never give them another chance. We'll see what happens. But basically, I was going away for, I think I was going to Zion to do a race, and I was leaving. I left on Thursday, and then I wasn't coming back till like, I think Monday or Tuesday. And so I specifically told them, don't deliver it till the day I get back because no one's going to be home. And what do? They deliver it the day that I leave. So when I come back, there's a bunch of rotten food because it's all so fresh and it was a hot day in California. So a lot of the food spoiled. And I called them and I told them, and they're like, oh, I told them I want to cancel it. You guys messed up on your first shot. And they're like, well, we're not going to charge you for the order. I'm like, well, I would expect you not to because I told you don't deliver it this day. You did. And then the food, I couldn't even consume it because it was bad. So you better not charge me. And since then, that was my last real attempt. But I did want to support local businesses and organic and healthy. And you do pay more, but at the same time, it saves you gas to go to the store. And so you got to look at all the benefits and drawbacks and really see what works best for you, especially if you're a single person or you have a family. The needs will vary. So there's not one size fits all for everything. So some of the benefits to meal prepping are that meal prepping allows you for uh, better control over the ingredients and portions that you're in your meals to help you make healthier food choices. The other thing is it saves time. Preparing meals in advance saves time during the week and reduces, especially for people who have high stressful jobs. I know I lived a cubicle life for a long time in top five Fortune companies that they're really micromanaging you and pushing you every single day. So it could help reduce stress, unnecessary stress, to figure out what to eat, and then you always have that time crunch. Maybe you have 30 minutes for lunch. Maybe you have an hour. It can help you save money by reducing food waste and allowing for bulk purchasing of ingredients, which I'll get to as well. And then it can also help you by just convenience because having meals on hand, it makes it easier for you to stick to healthy choices, especially when you're busy on the go. If you're wondering, why am I all dressed up? It's because I was on the go all day today and I figured I don't even have time to change. I want to do this extra show right here to talk about eating and the struggles of living a busy lifestyle. And for those of you who know about Fireside, this is by Fallon and Mark Cuban. So Mark Cuban's our Shark Tank. And if you guys know who Mr. Wonderful is, I see him on TV all the time. He's like in the suit, all pimped out, trying to look fly. And then when they pull away the shot, he's not wearing pants. So I know I got caught in a Past Mary Fitness episode for that. So I'm going to stand up real quick. See, I am wearing pants, ladies and gentlemen. You hear that? Coach Ray Z is wearing pants today. All right, so moving on. It can help improve your weight management by planning your meals in advance, which you're less likely to go to something unhealthy when you're hungry. And then it can help you increase consistent eating long term, which will lead to good health benefits and improve overall wellness, which is what we're all looking for. Now, some of the drawbacks are actually the same benefits too as well. One is it can save you time, but it could be time consuming if you're doing all the meal prepping yourself, especially for multiple days. And if you're not very creative or don't have too many ideas, and I don't see how when you can just Google recipes and watch things like that, or come on Fireside, they have a bunch of live cooking shows here. And with that, it could kind of lead to a just very boring lack of variety in your diet as well. If you're always just doing like greens and adding no colors and just doing like broccoli and chicken every week or whatever, if you're vegetarian. So the other thing is that if you're going to be meal prepping, let's say for a week, then that could be time consuming because if you want the variety, you're going to have to think of different things. And then if you're meal prepping for yourself, your girlfriend, your wife, or vice versa, or I really haven't seen too many kids meal prep, but they have their school lunches and things like that. But that could be even more time consuming. The other thing is if you don't have already the proper like Tupperware and things like that, you're going to have to buy it. So that could be some upfront cost in the beginning. And then also you need to have enough space because you are going to buy in some of those ingredients in bulk. So you need to have the space to be able to store it. And then you need to also, once you prepare it, you need to have adequate space in your refrigerator or freezer. And then especially if, like I mentioned, couples, then you need to have even more space. If you don't, then some of that food can go to waste. And then it also could be expensive buying in bulk. You're buying, of course, in the long run, it'll save you. But if you're not using it all, some of it could go to waste. And then that could be more expensive. So these are all the things where that's what I'm saying. It's not a one answer fits all. It's something you're going to have to experiment with. And I think it's just going to have to be by trial and error, unfortunately, because everyone has such a different lifestyle. The good thing is about it is there's a lot of competition. And when there's competition, it's always good for the consumer, us, the customers. That means that a lot of companies are willing to go out of their way to provide what you are interested in, whether it's sustainable packaging or, uh, you know, healthy choices, then you're going to have more options. So there's a website called Active. I use it because for some races that you register for marathons, you go through Active. I know they do other things as well. And they send out, I'm on their email list. I'm on a bunch of health email list. And I got an email from them. And as you know, I'm saying I'm busy, just like everybody else. So definitely want to clean up my diet. Um, there, see, I use that word. I definitely want to clean up my eating habits, and it's because of just the hustle and bustle and cooking area and living situations and things like that. But they had a different list of the most healthy options. So I'm going to go over their best healthy meal delivery services, their top picks, and it's in no particular order. And as I mentioned, I have not tried any of these. I'm looking forward to trying some of these in the future and giving you my actual opinion of them. And some of them may not even work for me at all, but here goes. So, according to them, the best healthy meal delivery service, which to me kind of doesn't really make too much sense because I thought the whole point of all, except for like Uber Eats delivery services, are to eat healthier. But I digress. All right. So, they say the best overall healthy meal delivery service, HelloFresh, according to them. Best organic healthy meal delivery service is Fresh and Lean. The best vegan healthy meal delivery service is called Factor. Never heard of that one. Best healthy meal delivery service for singles is Splendid Spoon. Maybe that's for me right there. I'll be definitely checking that out. Best healthy meal delivery service for special diets. And I know, some people do have stomach issues or certain intestinal problems. Like I believe Mr. Beast from YouTube has some sort of a thing with his stomach where he has to really kind of watch the quality ingredients that he eats. And I believe that's part of why he's doing like Mr. Beast Burger, which he tries to make it as healthy as possible without, I mean, it's a burger and everything. And he uses ghost kitchens. So if you didn't know that, now you know. The best healthy meal delivery service for families is Mosaic Foods. The best gluten-free healthy meal delivery service is Bristow MD. The best budget healthy meal delivery service is Dinnerly. And the best keto healthy meal delivery service is 518 Kitchen. So those are their like rundown. And then they, on that same email, they had another list. And then you have the prepared delivery services, which basically it'll vary in the amount of customization, the number of meals, and then the types of diets that they offer. There are quite a few different options, so picking the best one for you, as I mentioned, can seem overwhelming. I know I got overwhelmed and I'm not even quite sure what to do. To me, the best, healthiest meals are the home cooked meals that I get from mom. Nothing better than that. So, according to them, the best meal prepared meal delivery service and their top picks is for best overall prepared meal delivery service is Fresh and Lean. The best vegan prepared, making sure, yeah, it seems like the same list, but it's not, trust me. So, the best vegan prepared meal delivery service is HelloFresh. The best healthy prepared meal delivery service is Freshly. The best prepared meal delivery service for singles is Splendid Spoons. The best prepared meal delivery service for families is 518 Kitchen. The best organic prepared meal delivery service is Green Chef. The best paleo prepared meal delivery service is Pete's Paleo. The best budget prepared meal delivery service is Home Chefs. And I see Elizabeth in the audience. Thank you for joining. The best prepared meal delivery service for active people is called Trifecta. So then, besides delivery services, then you also have where they give you meals and planning apps. So the benefits of that is that they provide you the recipes, so it makes your shopping quicker to expedite your meal prep. And then because they give you like a whole guided experience, it's supposed to help you save money and reduce waste because you're not buying extra things that you don't need. And I haven't played with those apps, but I'm sure that they can get pretty customizable. And it says that some of them are tailored to your athletic goals. So you just let them know, what specific event you're doing, whether you're training for a race or maybe it's some sort of like jujitsu tournament where you have to cut weight, or maybe you're trying to put on weight for some sort of bodybuilding. So you can let them know. And then they gave their best meal list for that. And the best meal planning services, their top picks is HelloFresh. Their best budget meal planning service is called Dinnerly. Best vegan meal planning service is Hungry Root. And I know it sounds like it's the same thing, but remember the first ones were meal preps, and these are like that you're actually going to be doing the cooking. The best vegan meal planning service is called Hungry Root. The best meal planning service for weight loss is Personal Trainer Food. The best variety meal planning service is Thrive Market. The best customizable meal planning service is Some Basket. And then the best meal planning service for families is Side Chef. The best simple meal planning service is Green Chef. And then there's the vegetarians. And according to them, the best overall vegetarian meal delivery service is Freshly. And remember, all of these lists are from Active, and they really just put out a bunch of information from treadmills to running to Active, and they're a website where you can sign up for races and events. So they're always just trying to give you interesting articles, which I always go over and like to share them with you guys. And their best variety vegetarian meal delivery service is HelloFresh. Their best budget vegetarian meal delivery service is Side Chef. The best organic vegetarian meal delivery service is Fresh and Lean. The best gluten-free vegetarian meal delivery service is Green Chef. The best prepared vegetarian meal delivery service is Fresh and Lean. And the best vegetarian meal delivery service for beginners is Splendid Spoon. The other option is to do meal prepping for yourself, which as well, it could be time consuming if you're going to try to do different, meals for the day, or at least add a variety. One of the things, and if there's any company that wants to reach out to me and tell me, one of the things that one of the reasons I've never really tried one of these companies is because I hate microwave food. And how healthy, this is my opinion, and any representative could answer it for me, how healthy is the food if you're microwaving it? The flavor isn't the same. Just something as simple as a tortilla. You get a tortilla and you warm it up on a stove with fire, or you put it in the microwave. I can taste the difference. So I really don't eat microwave food. And then I think, well, because some of these meal prep companies can be expensive too. So I'm paying a lot of money for basically microwave food. That doesn't make sense to me either. And since I don't like microwave food, and then how much actual nutrients am I going to get from the microwave food? So many different things that you want to look into. And as I mentioned, there's drawbacks and positives. So hope this gives you some sort of ideas if you're looking into either, ordering from Uber Eats, or just doing your own meal prepping, or going through a meal prep service company, or the ones where they actually just deliver the meal to you as well. Some of my friends have tried those where they give you the ingredients, and some of them are good, they say, and some of them are kind of bland and not really worth it for the price. And some of my friends think they can cook pretty good. So it's going to all depend on, as well as your cooking skills as well. So I wanted to thank everybody for joining me. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing Put That Coffee Down. Coffee is for athletes only. I'm going to be talking about the benefits of coffee, the drawbacks of coffee, and some surprises that you may not know about everywhere that coffee is, and then a little bit of history of why we drink coffee here in the United States. So it's going to be a fun show. I'm going to actually be drinking a couple drinks, so I might be more hyped up than usual. You never know. That'll be tomorrow at 1 p.m. And I'm going to actually be trying some. It's called I think it's some sort of lemonade from Panera, and that lemonade is supposed to have more caffeine and sugar than a Monster drink, and that's a small one. So I'm gonna go to Panera and I'm gonna get me lemonade, and I'll be joining you tomorrow sipping on my lemonade, and then we're gonna be talking about, do you actually use caffeine as a stimulant, or do you use caffeine as pre-workout, or do you prefer pre-workout? And I'm going to get into that, if I use coffee before workouts, or if I don't, or if I do pre-workout or not, because there's so much different pre-workout. Bang, which I think has pretty much fallen off the map, and they went out. I looked into like two documentaries on them. They went on some far claims talking about what they can do, and the benefits that couldn't actually be proven. Then you have like Red Bull and Monster and Redline, which I think Bang was the same company that made Redline. If you know what Redline is, that thing will stop your heart, but at the same time, depending on your caffeine level, it can really wake you up. I used to mess a lot with that when I worked at the gyms, to be able to, since I'm a natural introvert, in case you may not know it, I used to have a hard time, especially early in the morning. I was the morning manager at the gym. So I'd open the gym at 5 in the morning, and to be all talkative and uppity up, to be like, hey, come on, let's get you started, blah, 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 blah. At 5 in the morning is difficult to do it every single day. So I would start off with a cup of coffee, and then the nutrition little bar section would open, and I'd go get me one of those like straight. I forget the name. I'll have to look it up, but it was pretty much like a energy drink for working out, and it had a lot of caffeine. And then back then, they used to have these pills called ephedrine, and they were for weight loss. And those ephedrine pills had I can't remember the chemical, but basically they banned it because people could make meth out of it. So trust me, it was strong, and I know I didn't eat to diet at the time, but I took a couple pills and I would just talk like crazy and close deals. So I was on like coffee and workout thing, and then I would get out like at 2 o'clock, go do my workout because I'm so hyped up. But in the long run, that is not sustainable. If I would have kept that up, I'd probably be having some major heart issues by now. I have friends who have been told by the doctor specifically, you're drinking too many Monsters or too many Red Bulls, and they're messing you up your stomach to the point where they can't drink that anymore. So we're going to be doing a nice little all around, from history to caffeine to using it to work out, and how much caffeine is in things that you may not know. So